Come on, Justin.
to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Come on, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so I feel like they got away with a couple of things. The whole Kenny Pickett, Russell Wilson thing. I think they originally got Russell Wilson to help teach Kenny Pickett, and Kenny Pickett felt threatened, and that's why he asked for a trade and got traded to Philly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I love that they got Justin Fields for nothing. And now they got their probably starting quarterback because Russell Wilson has looked like hot garbage. Cordarrelle Patterson's the nice ad. Roman Wilson, I like that one a lot for them. Van Jefferson is mid. Love Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Dante Jackson. Those are great additions right there. I mean, it hurts losing Deontay Johnson and Quan Alexander and some key parts of their defense. But, I mean, personally, I don't think they're going to be the team to do it this year. I do think they probably have found one of their quarterbacks for the future for right now.
Kyle Allen.
Yeah. I think they have to just rebuild for a little bit, maybe a couple of years, and then they can be competitors again.
Yeah, I don't see, like, outside of Pickens, Roman Wilson is good, but like he was in a play action offense. So like I know they're
one
gonna
thing I will note
Justin
here,
Fields.
we don't know for sure yet, but there was a report out of practice, I believe it was today, that Roman Wilson was carted away. And they said it did sound serious. So we do not know he's going to
tell us this shit.
I think Matt's doing research. Oh no,
man! In there, man.
I don't know what this router's doing.
Hey, Marv.
What was the report, Justin?
Roman
Wilson was carted off from practice.
Oh man, that stinks. So I guess no Roman Wilson, but I mean, it doesn't matter because Russell Wilson and Justin Fields weren't going to get him the ball anyway. They're both Russell Wilson's way past his prime, and he and Justin Fields like wasn't really given a chance. But then when you see some of his throws, it's just terrible.
I think because that's what happens when you take the confidence away from a young quarterback.
Yeah.
They lose that touch.
To address the offensive line, and then getting Artie Smith as their offensive coordinator, they're going to be a run-heavy team, so they're going to rely on the play action. And
they still have Najee Smith, right?
Yeah, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, and Cordarrelle Patterson.
I thought Jalen Warren went somewhere.
No, he's still there.
No.
But it's going to come down to their defense. This defense is built to beat the Bengals, beat the Browns, and beat the Steelers. Or beat the Ravens, I mean. It'll come down to, can their offense move the ball? And honestly, I don't think so.
I think a big thing is, what Mike Tomlin does is just ridiculous every year. Like, how has he not had a losing record ever? Especially with the rosters they've been churning out the last few years.
It's like you just want them to have a losing record every season. You're like, if this guy would effing lose, you know?
And it said more often than not, they managed to find a way, they managed to slip their way into the playoffs somehow. And that's with no running game because the offensive line was terrible. The defense was not a typical Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And I think that fact is what makes the Steelers scary for this year, is because they have made moves here to go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers that are, when they're good, this is what you know they have. Like, they have a strong running game. They have the backs already. They finally added offensive linemen all over the board here. I mean, they loaded up on the offensive line in this draft. I love the moves they made there. And then, a stronger defense, adding Patrick Queen there was a huge move. Peyton Wilson was a steal.
I like Wilson a lot.
Those moves were absolutely huge, and I think we're going to see a lot of ground and pound with the Steelers, and tough defense. And basically, that's what they're going to live on. And they've managed to scrape their ways in the playoffs by doing that terribly. Now they're going to do those things well. At a minimum, I see the Steelers making the playoffs again.
I just like their secondary, other than Minkah Fitzpatrick, doesn't impress me. Joey Porter, he's gonna be good. He's gonna have but like Steelers fans are treating him like he's Darrelle Revis, and he's not. And then Dante Jackson, he's had a few good practices. And yes, they may have won that trade, or I don't know if it was a trade, but
it was a trade.
With Carolina, it was a trade. So Dante Jackson, like they may have won that trade with him, but I still don't think he's that great. And then Grayland Arnold and Beanie Bishop are listed as their nickel. Like who are they?
Look around and find
out.
But like the rest of Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Larry Ogunjobi, like they got some dogs on this defense, and those dogs are going to eat.
Woof. Woof. I still don't think. I think if you look at this division, I think out of the four, they're probably the weakest. If everyone's healthy, they're the weakest on paper.
I would agree.
Next,